are family. I got all my brothers and me. No, that ain't it. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? This is Elder Joseph. This week I got the task of doing small groups. So I was having a thought. You know, today Pastor Trent preached on family first, Genesis 2:18 through 25. And as we read that passage, and I hope that you will, I had the thought about the song, We Are Family. I know it's cliche when we talk about family, but if you really think about it, in the song they talk about how they have all their sisters. They talk about, come on everybody and sing along. They say things that was reminisce of the message where when Pastor Trey talked about how God loves family, he loves the unity of family, and that family, I really love this part, family is a vibe. So if you think about it in that vein, that family is not just a thing that we say, you know, when we identify a unit, people in it, but family being a vibe, that it is all encompassing. Man, you really get to the essence of the message. Today's message was very important because it established some house rules. One, when we talk about the first institution in the Bible, it talks about family. Well, if you think about that being the vibe, you'd say a part of that institution is what? As we walk through the scriptures, it talks about man not being alone. And also, for everybody looking at the passage, not just Adam per se or a man, but people should not be alone. When we think about this family being a institution, being a vibe, and being a whole lot of things that basically talk about family being a way of a mindset, we can say that yes, the institution is important. Why? Because in a family unit, we are all together. And when I'm thinking about that, that's why I started off singing. Of course, you guys know I can't sing, but I started off thinking about singing "We Are Family." Because man, I'm telling you, when we think about that song, I don't know about you guys, man, my age group, we get excited when we sing that song. And I don't think it's just because of the people who are singing it, but it's what you think of when you think of family. Another place I want to remind you about that was very important. Pastor Trent says, what do you think about when you think about family? Oh my goodness. You know, I go down the list and I totally identify with, man, there are some people, man, that I love to see, man. I love seeing these people at the family gatherings. And then there are some people that, you know, unfortunately, whatever the case may be, we do like seeing them when they leave the family gatherings also. You have to think about that. That's what we're getting at when we're talking about family as being an institution, or better yet, family first. When we think about family being first, he talked about a lot of different things as far as I would call them pecking orders. You know, the husband loving the wife loving the husband, the children not coming before the husband or the wife. Yeah, these things are important. But again, if I could get you to focus on one particular thing, I would have you focus on the fact that when we talk about family, we talk about everybody singing along. We talk about everybody as a unit, and what? There is strength in that number, but most of all, God loves the family institution. This week, you know, if I was to help you out with anything, I would tell you, be intentional to pray together. Be intentional to speak blessings over areas of your family that you know needs help. After you pray together, be intentional about showing love one to another. It's not just a one-way street where the mother has to love the father, but it has to be everyone loves everyone in your family unit. And most of all, think about things that are most important across your family. It could be the baseball practices for the sons. It could be the cheerleading practices for the daughter. It could be doing that special thing for the wife or for the father that makes family grow, warming the hearts of everyone in the family unit. Now, folks, I've taken a lot of your time because, I want to get back to singing, but I definitely want to get back to singing all by myself because I don't want to hurt your ears. But think about family this week. Have wonderful, robust conversations. Also, when you talk about family, think about transparency. It only helps you guys grow. Remember, God loves and honors family. Peace.